So on the daily watch list today, we had Boeing, Facebook, Snap, DKNG, Roku, ZM, and then of course I'm going to cover the market review like I normally do afterwards. But please make sure to go through the daily watch list channel and review a lot of the setups we had in there. Not only did we post the watch list and then on stream talk about it things, but Dylan does text alerts a lot of the days, and then we also post a bunch of good just visuals of the trade. So we circle the 40%, the 80% entries, the different trading opportunities, and that's what I do in these videos too. So I'm going to show you a lot of our trading techniques with the watch list. So we said above 232.65. We actually ended up waiting above the 233.50 from the bigger time frame, as you can see over at that previous day high. We ended up waiting. Price ended up breaking after 40 minutes here on the 10-minute with increasing buyer volume. So very good, safe 40% entry, and we just rode the 9 up. We actually ended up taking profits right at 235. We didn't have to really take price much higher. Of course, you could have definitely taken up much higher, but we had planned for 235. Targets were 233.50, 234, 234.50, and 235. So it's about as far as I was trying to go with that for a good trade. But very nice gains on Boeing. Very easy opportunity there. But that was an awesome entry. So let's check out Facebook now. Facebook, we had above 362.50 or below 360.50. As you can see, our 362.50 was broken above, and our next day high was rejected. Price ended up coming back down, and you had a 40% entry here on the pre-market low break, all the way down to our targets at 360.50, 358.65, and 357.50. So awesome targets there. It didn't end up working all the way down to our 357.50 as you can see, but we did end up getting one really good drop. And does anybody know the name of this pattern? This is a really good pattern that we like to go off of. If you know it, let me know in chat. But let's move on to Snap. As you can see though on Facebook, it just kind of range traded the rest of the day. Here on Snap though, we said above 78.75 for calls. We had a target of 79.50 and 80. Below 78 for puts. Why we were looking at this was because on the daily time frame, the other day we had just over rising volume, but not up to average volume, of course. So very weak push as it pushed this new high. We got a new all-time high today, but very weak candle again. So that ended up leading towards a liquidation. People started selling off. There's no point in trying to push that higher if no one wants to take the price higher. So of course people just want to get out of that. Price ended up tanking not just below the levels we took out for break aboves, but under our 78 pre-market low. So very awesome entry there, as you can see below the 78. Ended up tanking below the next dollar down and another $1.50 as you can see. So pretty good drop there from Snap right out the gate, which I only planned for 77.50 and 77. So if you ended up taking that for another 50 cents, amazing work. But let's see the next one, DKNG. So why we're looking at this is because it has a big symmetrical squeeze kind of going on. Not on that time frame, my bad. The 30-minute. We're looking at the 30-day 30-minute. You can see price just stuck inside there. Price tried to break out and squeeze. We did end up calling scalps on that, but as you can see, price ended up kind of retreating and just kind of getting back into that squeeze and sitting to the right. So nothing really amazing besides that initial scalp that we ended up taking. But scalps were alerted by Dylan right out of the gate above 53 here, up to our main target at 53.80. As you can see, price really didn't do a whole lot after that, though. This would have screwed you if you stayed in it after that. So really, that scalp was the only trading opportunity. I'm not going to sit here and be Captain Hindsight and say how you could have done this or that. I'm just going to let you know what we did do. But here on Roku, second to last one on the list. Let's go back to the 10-minute. Some of those, when it's an earlier trade, I'm on the 5-minute, but most of the time you'll see me on the 10-minute. Also on the 30-minute, had a big symmetrical squeeze going on, and on the daily time frame. I had posted about this multiple times across the chat, but as you can see, very nice strong squeeze there. Let's go down. Circled the 40% entries that we played. So we did not get in right under pre-market lows. You can see was still inside the squeeze. So we waited. We ended up getting a 3-bar play showing up down here as we approached the previous day low. Price ended up getting under that. We took that for small scalps and then further down for bigger gains here with Dylan's alerts down to the lower levels. So please be sure to look out for a lot of the alerts on the channels, but as well as in the live stream. So regardless of you being at work and only being able to look at your phone for chat or being in stream, you should still be able to catch a lot of these plays. ZM being the last one, we said above 385 or below 381.70. It ended up going up above our 385 initially, so yes, you could have taken initial scalps on the 5-minute up above the 9 up to our target, and then of course you could have definitely shorted all the way back down under the 381.75 as it tanked back down. But let's see right here where you could have actually entered. So you actually had two types of entries. With the BB system, you have a 40% entry and an 80% entry. A lot of the time you're looking for that initial cut. If you don't have strong momentum, which this one did have decent momentum, end up dropping down to that first initial target. So you did have one good day trade there, but as you can see, price ended up taking back up. not only did it reject the bigger time frame level, but our 9 EMA ended up tanking back lower and just rode it all the way down for the rest of the day. So if you want to put that indicator on for a good kind of ride along indicator, awesome. But that was the daily watch list today, and I'll see you guys on the next one.